Hello, welcome to Ace Ideas. Happy Asexual Awareness Week, everybody. Yep, in honor of Asexual Awareness Week, in this video, I'm sporting my fabulous ace-colored scarf that my partner knitted me as a birthday present, along with my usual ace attire, my ace ring, and my wristbands that make up the asexual pride flag. You're gonna have to trust me on this one, just they do. This week we are talking about discovering asexuality and how each of us discovered our own asexuality. And my story dates back to summer of 2009, really. That was when I was in my first relationship. It was a summer fling type of deal with this girl that I worked with. We were camp counselors together, and she was, and we didn't have a lot of time to be together because we lived in different towns, and so when we could, we'd try and sneak in as much affection as possible. But which was great. The hand holding was fantastic. The hugs and the cuddles were great. But she would have this. She would kiss my cheek and like my neck down here, and I always felt uncomfortable when that happened. And she also, I remember just one time distinctly, she fell asleep on my shoulder and my arm was around her shoulders, and my hand was, this part of my hand was like kind of grazing her chest. And while most straight guys would probably enjoy this, I did not. I was scared, I was freaking out, like this shouldn't be there. My hand should not be here. This is, I want to move, but I don't want to wake her up, and ugh. So it was that was when I started to think that I was different from my peers. And at first I thought, oh, maybe I'm just not ready for this yet. I'm only 16, so like I'll give it a few years and maybe I'll be ready for this type of relationship in the future. Next big thing was my discovering that asexuality existed, which was about 6 months later, winter of 2010, junior year of high school. I was a big Emilie Autumn fan, still am a big Emilie Autumn fan. If you don't know who she is, look her up. She's a fantastic musician, self-published musician, singer, violinist, harpsichord player, and like this, she has this weird like industrial rock slash Victorian slash Baroque style of music that she makes, and it's awesome. I love her voice. So anyway, in winter of 2010, I read a tweet that Emilie Autumn, or not a tweet, it was a tweet later. I read an interview that Emilie Autumn had with some magazine. I don't remember what magazine it was, but they asked her about her sexuality because she's a very sexually provocative performer, and particularly with the other ladies in her band. And she'd also, so she said while she had been in sexual romantic relationships with both women and men, she identified as asexual. And I thought to myself, like, oh, that makes sense. Like, I sort of intuitively thought that asexuality must have existed. I just had never heard about it in the public eye before. And I'm like, oh, cool, Emilie Autumn's asexual. And yet, I didn't think that I was asexual at the time, because I conflated sexual attraction with romantic attraction. And we talked about types of attraction in, what was this, in another video. But I thought in order to experience, I thought like the two had to be together. And since I clearly experienced romantic attraction, I thought that I must have just been straight and not very good at it. My hair, I swear. Anyway, so that's when I found out asexuality. I knew I was different. Summer 2009. I thought that I found out asexuality actually did exist. Winter 2010. Then that's about as much as I get until I get to college in October 2011, when a YouTube user that I follow by the name of Laci Green did an interview with David J., the founder of Avon, because Laci runs a channel devoted to sex and sexuality, and she did a video on asexuality and interviewed David J., who, among other things, did explain the difference between sexual attraction and romantic attraction. And then that's when the light bulb in my head went off. I realized, wait a second, that makes so much sense. And I started identifying at the time as a heteroromantic asexual. Now I don't really identify as anything romantic. I guess bi is the best word I can come up with, but I just sort of let my feelings be my feelings, and who I'm attracted to, I'm attracted to who I'm attracted to, but mostly female-ish people. Anyway, so it was that video that Laci made with David J. that really opened my eyes to my own asexuality. And I started coming out pretty shortly after that, because I'm like, if I'm out to myself, I might as well let it out to the world. Like, this is what's up. And it's been a journey. I'm really liking where I am right now. So that's how I discovered my asexuality. I have Laci Green, David J., and Emilie Autumn to thank. So thank y'all, and this has been Ace Ideas on Asexual Awareness Week. See you in 2 weeks. Bye, y'all.